Most travel agents fail because they don't do this one thing, but you don't have to be one of them. You can have a thriving travel business, but only if you have the right plan. And that's what we're talking about on today's show. Keep on watching. All right, guys, don't forget to take a moment, like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on YouTube. Every week, we bring you amazing content to help you grow your travel businesses, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, type a little "I'm new" in comments. I'd love to welcome you to our community. And if you are new, you might not know who I am. My name is Cyndi Williams. I'm the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus. We help people just like you learn how to launch, grow, and supersize your travel businesses all over the world. You can find all of our information at travelschool.com, and I will link all of our free resources down below. But guys, today we are talking about the business plan that you need, especially in 2025, to set yourself up for success. I can't tell you how many travel agents get started and they just jump in, not knowing anything, feet first, and it's a recipe for disaster if you really don't have a solid business plan. So for those of you who are a little more pragmatic, you know it's not as easy as sometimes the marketing says, and all the slick marketing that's out there. Anyone can be a travel agent. It's so easy. I'm here to tell you it's not easy. I've been doing this for 30 years. I earned my own certification way back in 1993, sold $1 million in my first year, and then I have been training travel advisors for over 2 decades. So I have a little bit of experience on how complicated the industry is, especially if you are running your own home-based business, which is really how we do it in today's marketplace. So we're going to walk through exactly how you can set up a business plan. You don't have to pay to do a business plan. You can set up your own business plan. A lot of it is really thinking through, what are these things that I need to do? How should I approach this like a business owner would approach it? And we're going to walk through each step and each pillar to help you with that process. So let's start with pillar number 1. I want you to do some market research. This is really important. You want to understand who are the clients that I want to serve? What are the niches that I want to sell? Now, the good news is you don't have to sell the whole world. I, at this point, have sold almost everything in the whole world, but I don't like to sell everything in the whole world, because if you're a jack of all trades, you're a master of none. I would rather specialize in the things that I love and I'm passionate about, and you can do that too. So don't let it be overwhelming. You don't have to sell the entire world to have a successful travel business, but you do want to put some thought into, what do I want to sell? What do I want my niches to be? And who are my ideal clients? From there, you want to look at some industry trends. What's really hot? What are people booking? What are the things that are going to be the most profitable? And you can look at things like Google Trends. You can look at IATA reports. That's one of our associations in the travel industry, to really see where are people traveling and what's really on the landscape for the next 3 to 5 years, so you can get an idea of where do you want to kind of build your business out, and is it in alignment with what you're most passionate about? That would be a great place to start. And then this step really ensures that your business is not just kind of all over the place, but it's really tailored to serve the markets that you're considering serving, and that it is really built not on guesswork, right? We don't want to say, I think this is going to work. We want to know that it's going to work. So take some time and do a little bit of that market research in this phase. Now, pillar 2, we're going to talk about setup. So there's several different startup setups in the industry that you can do. Now, most of us are going to be home-based agents in this day and age, which is beautiful because we can work from home. I mean, when we're done with this, I can go have lunch with my husband in the kitchen, right? It's a great reality, having freedom over your schedule and all the cool things that come along with working from home. But also, what doesn't come with working from home is some of the things you would normally get in an employer-employee relationship. So you have to decide what setup is going to be right for you. And if you don't already have a free Wanderlust Campus account, remember, we're like the training department for the entire travel industry. So we do a ton of free training. I know you're watching here on YouTube, but my best stuff is inside Wanderlust Campus, and you can get a lot of free content inside there. So head over to wanderlust-ceo.com, get your free account for Wanderlust Campus. Inside there, you're going to find a free masterclass if you're thinking about becoming an agent, or you're newer to the industry, still kind of finding your footing, right? And if that's the case and you're not sure what setup is right for you, take that master class. That's like an industry orientation. It goes through all the different setups we have in the industry so you can figure out which one to match yourself with. They are all very different. All of them have pros and cons. It depends on how you work, what you feel like you need, the type of level of support you're looking for, and also how much profit you want to make, how much profit you're willing to give away based on which setup. And I walk you through the very detailed information on that. So take time to do that. If you're really serious about being in the industry, that masterclass is where some of my most successful students started. So I highly encourage you to do that. I'll link that down below for you guys too. Now, the second thing you want to think about in this whole setup pillar is your legal structure. So legal structure is going to vary dependent on your personal tax situation, what your attorney recommends that you do. Are you going to be a sole proprietor? Are you going to have an LLC? Does it make sense for you to have an S corp? Maybe you have other businesses that you run that are within the same industry. So you want to have those conversations with your CPA, with your attorney, to figure out what is the proper legal setup that is right for me. For our students, we do have some resources on that. As a reminder, if you are one of my students, you can find all of that information detailed out for you inside the Launch Kit and the Careers on Vacation certification program. But if you're not inside those, make sure you're having those conversations with your legal team to make sure the setup is right for you, because it can drastically vary based on your personal variables, what assets you have to protect. All different types of criteria will go into what type of actual legal structure you want to set up for your business. But that should be on your business plan for sure. Next thing you want to do is figure out your budgeting. Every good business plan is going to have a budget. Just don't go in and go, oh, I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to, kind of pay a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's a recipe for you're going to piecemeal yourself to death. And a lot of times, even though it feels like smaller chunks, you end up overspending because nothing kind of ever comes together. So having a proper budget, if you want to have a proper business, you want to have a proper budget. You want to account for things like, what are my setup fees going to be? What is it going to cost to get training and certification in this industry so I know what the heck I'm doing and I can run my business successfully? What type of budget should I have for my marketing? And what am I going to need tech tools wise? And how do I budget for that? We're actually going to dig deeper into tech tools here in a second. But you want to create a budget. You want to do some research. How much do these things cost? What would this look like in terms of, and some of you are starting at hobby level and some of you are really want to go all in and you want to you're ready to leave that corporate job. There are no wrong answers. You also can start hobby level and move into doing it all the time. A lot of my students do that as well when you're ready. You don't have to put any stress on yourself about what that transition is, and there's no judgment, whichever. Like I said, there's no wrong answers, but you still, even if you're doing it hobby level, have a proper budget so you know I'm investing this in my business, so you can really track how you're getting on a return on investment back, and you're really thinking about it like a real business from day one. If you treat it like a real business, it will operate and it will pay you like a real business, and that's what we're going for. All right, next up is having a proper startup plan. It really helps you avoid costly mistakes and burnout down the road. Make sure you're doing all of these steps in Pillar 2 for your kind of startup decisions. All right, Pillar 3, training and certification. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, guys, because I've been training in the industry for 30 years, and I'm going to tell you what a lot of people won't tell you. This is way harder than it looks. This industry is not as simple as it seems. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's amazing. Yes, I know you're watching my Instagram and we're going on fam trips all the time. You have to remember though, I've been in this industry forever. I have sales that are warranting all of those free trips that we get to enjoy over here, because we do own and operate our own agency as well. We do not host agents. My primary job now is leading the ship at Wanderlust campus and being the top travel school in the country and teaching you how to do what I did in the past, right? But the point being is, the industry is fun. I know you have starry eyes. I know you're excited, and I want you to hold on to that excitement because it will fuel you through the tough times of your business. But I want you to know from day one, this is going to be some work to get this done. As long as you have that passion to do it, it absolutely can be the best decision you ever made. But don't think you're just gonna walk into a dream and you're gonna be on a free cruise next week. It doesn't happen that way. And also understanding booking travel for others is not the same as booking for yourself. I know you're great at that. You know you, right? You know your family. You know all the things about kind of how you like to travel. When you start to serve other clients and you have a business that you now have to protect from things like fraud and things that can happen out there in the real business space, right? All of the things that you do from like working with your clients from day one to when they actually go on their trip, it's a lot of pieces, it's a lot of steps, and there's a lot of things that need to be in place. So if you are undertrained or you're untrained, you are going to struggle. Your learning curve is going to be way longer. The thing that you won't find in our industry, by the way, there's a ton of free training that's going to teach you about suppliers and things like that. You can get our free global calendar in that free account that I was talking about. We give you all the free training in the industry. You can go over to Wanderlust Campus and you can get it. Link right in, it's yours. But what you won't find there is the actual how to be a travel agent. That stuff you're going to have to pay for and go through a certification or business building process. So of course we can help you that at Wanderlust Campus. If you choose to work with someone else, that's okay too. But most successful agents are going to be certified. They're going to be trained in how to actually use systems. They're going to have real businesses set up from day one. And that's why they are able to expedite their growth that much faster because they know what they're doing. Think about any job you ever started. If you were going to go be a dentist tomorrow and someone's like, go pull this lady's wisdom teeth, you'd be like, what are you talking about, sir? No. So it's the same thing, guys. Like, don't jump in not knowing what you're doing, or it's a recipe for like feeling overwhelmed and lost. And most people honestly just quit if they don't know what they're doing. And I don't want that to happen to you. So at any rate, that's training and certification. You want to make sure that you are budgeting for that and thinking about that in your business plan. That is one of the big pillars. All right, let's talk tech in our pillar number 4. You guys, I love tech. Like keep in mind, when I started in the industry, we had to work on GDS systems. So GDS stands for Global Distribution Systems. Keep in mind, they're still around. And like when you go to the airport, like American Airlines works on Sabre. That's their GDS system, right? So that's an example of one of many GDS systems. My specialty in the industry used to be training agents on GDS systems. So I was actually certified in 3 different GDS systems. So even back in the day, my tech was teching, right? But we have evolved now. You don't have to use GDS systems anymore, but there are some tech things you definitely do need to use in today's day and age if you're going to have a successful travel business. First thing you're going to need is a customer relationship management system, otherwise known as CRMs. You got to have a solid CRM backing your business. Think of where are you going to put all your client data, your notes, their trip notes, how are you going to keep track of your commissions coming in, all those things. You need a CRM. Do not try to have a travel business with an Excel sheet. Like I've actually have people come into the program. Sometimes they're like, here's 20 years of like paper files. No, guys, you got to bring it up to standards and it'll allow you to, again, scale much faster and make more profit when things are systematized. So having a CRM is really good. The next thing you're going to have to learn are booking platforms. There is no one booking platform that you do everything on. This is a misnomer. A lot of people say, well, where do I book the travel? You think you're going to go one place and learn one system? No, ma'am. No, sir. You actually have to learn dozens and dozens of booking systems. How you book a cruise might be on the system over here. How you book Adventures by Disney might be on the system over here. How you book a fully custom trip through Europe is going to be, could be a variety of different systems or contacts and things like that. So you're going to have to learn the booking platforms, right? We have something inside Wanderlust Campus called our Booking Academy, and you can pull up and kind of learn about all those different systems. But that's something, just know that on your tech stack, you're going to have, and most of the tech is free. That's a good thing. You're not going to have to pay for booking platforms, but you are going to have to learn them. So just know that will be part of what you need in your tech stack. And again, you're not going to have to learn all of them. Based on your niches, you'll learn the ones that are relevant to you. So you can parse it down from hundreds and hundreds of systems that are out there to a couple dozen that you'll be working with on a regular basis. But it is, sometimes people are surprised by that. So I want you guys to know that. The next thing is, do you have a customer facing itinerary planner? Meaning when a client books something with you, are they just going to get an email with their details, or are you using something more interactive? So we are an educational partner with a great tech solution called Travify, and they have a beautiful itinerary planner. So when your customers are booking, you're able to put all their information in, and then they get this really cool app and they can see everything that you've done for them. Because we're educational partners with Travify, my students get a super startup discount, which is way less than you'll pay for the public. But you want to have a nice itinerary planner at as well. I would definitely put that in your tech stack, whether it's Travefy or some of the other ones that are out there, but Travefy happens to be my favorite. And then your email software, you are going to have to be doing some email, not just regular email, but your email marketing. Once you really have your marketing systems in play, and that is a whole, you guys know I have a ton of marketing content out there is one of the main things that we teach inside of our certifications, but understanding once your marketing machine is built, once you have someone's email, what do you do with it? You're going to need an email marketing software to actually build out things like sales funnels, things like service funnels. So you'll need that in your tech stack as well. And then probably a website. So those are your main things that you will need in your tech stack. Of course, within each of those categories, there are a variety of different things that are available. How you build that tech stack could also vary dependent on the setup choice that you picked. I warned you that this is more complicated than you think it is. And I know I'm giving you a ton of information today, but what I want you to take away, don't get overwhelmed. I just want you to think about the fact that I need a tech stack. I can evaluate, what tech's going to go in later, but in your business plan, just write out those categories. I need this, I need this, I need this. And then we'll get to kind of later in the game, you can figure out how to price them out and how to pick them and all the things and how to build your perfect stack. For the purpose of your business plan, which is what we're talking about today, just make sure that those are represented in your business plan. All right, pillar 5 is your operations and systems. So this is one of the things that, again, travel agents that jump feet first in and they're like, oh, I'm just going to figure it out as I go. They get to a point in their business where they're like, uh-oh, like I just booked this trip for someone and now I have no systems. I have no automation. I have, from that process, the process of like helping your clients is going to be from everything from qualifying them. They start out as a lead, then you're going to do a quote, then you're going to close them. There's going to be the period in between when you close them and when they travel and things that need to happen there. And then when they travel and then when they come home, there should be different touch points in your automations and in your operations at those different journey points for your client that you have built into your operations. So understand you have to establish processes for that. If you don't know or understand the industry, I just want you, again, we're not diving deep into each category because this video would be 5 hours long. What I want you to remember is we're building a business plan here. So you need to understand the establishing processes for those things. And that is one example, your client processes. Another example is going to be how you work with suppliers, how you reconcile commission, how you automate your market. There's going to be a lot of different processes. So think through what processes am I going to need across the board and make sure that's represented in your business plan. All right, the next thing is don't forget to allocate time for working on versus in your business. I can't tell you how many people are like, yes, and they're so busy like doing the quotes, they don't actually spend time on marketing. In fact, this is a big thing that happened about a month or so ago. So everyone was like, where did all the leads go? Well, if you didn't market in first quarter is going to be busy for everyone. Like if you're not doing business in first quarter, that's busy season. It's wave season. It's really easy to get clients during that time period because it's cyclically the busy part of our season in the industry. But what happens is people who don't market or don't have systems or they're not spending that time working on their business to make sure that all of these things are happening behind the scenes and running on autopilot. When busy season's over, it's like, oh, crickets. They open up their laptop. Where did all the leads go? No, if you don't have marketing, if you didn't take that time to work on your business and set some of these behind the scenes operational things up, then your leads can dry up immediately. So this is one of the things that's really important. You want to create a viable business all year long, not just during one quarter. So think about allocating time to always be working on your business. For me, the last week of the month, I don't take any client calls. I take a limited calls with my team. I'll do like my call with my immediate team and things like that. But outside of that, that is my project work time. I'm doing all the things to close the month down properly in my businesses, and I'm doing all of the things to work on my business to make sure all of the things are ready for the following month. If you're new to the channel, you may not know this, but I'm very organized and love to systematize everything. That's why I can run 3 successful businesses and I have 3 crazy kids that I manage on you can't really manage kids, but you guys get what I mean. We're a successful family. Everyone's alive and fed every day, right? So there's a lot to do though, as a mom, as a business owner, doing all the things. The only way I can do that is because I have excellent operational systems, both in my businesses and in my life. I'm kind of a nerd for that stuff. So again, follow on Instagram if you want to really understand the level of my craziness, and I love to share tips there too. And then the other thing is having clear systems for client onboarding, communication, invoicing. Those are all additional systems that you will want to have in place as well. And then operations. Just take this to heart. Operations is where your business becomes a well-oiled machine, not just a hobby. And so we went through a ton of information today. I am so proud of you for thinking about putting together your business plan. I know this feels like a big endeavor. Maybe you found out today or discovered today that the industry is probably a little more complicated than you anticipated. Take a deep breath. It's going to be okay. And I want to remind you, we're here at Wanderlust Campus. This is what we do every single day as we teach people every single one of those pillars we went through today in our Careers on Vacation certification program, which is our flagship gold standard of the industry certification. It's not just a certification, it's also a business building program. This is the one that thousands of travel agents select because it's not just going to certify you as a certified travel professional, it's also going to teach you how to do all of this stuff. How do you actually work those booking systems? How do you book on them? What should my startup decisions be? What's the right setup for me? What tech stack is right for me based on my setup? We have one-on-one mentorship that helps you through all of those journey points, and we know exactly what the best values are out there, how to set these things up from A to Z, and our students get amazing discounts at Wanderlust Campus, and our students are paid the highest commission, and I'll tell you why. If you are choosing to work with some of the partner agencies that are out there in the industry, we have negotiated the highest commission level. So when you are earning your certification, they will give you higher commission from day one than you can earn elsewhere on your own. So just that alone, I made some great videos last month on understanding the financial impact and your ROI in your first 1 to 5 years. It can cost you, if you're selling at a reasonable rate and what I would expect you to do if you're certified, it could be upwards of $100,000 you're leaving on the table for your personal profit if you are at lower commission levels when you could be at higher commission levels. So if you really want to have that business owner hat on from day one, start with this business plan. Go get your free account over at Wanderlust Campus. Take that free masterclass I told you about. And then when you're ready, reach out to us at careersonvacation.com/ready now to talk about applying for our certification program, and we'll walk you through all those steps as well. But guys, listen, wherever you are on your journey, this has been an amazing industry. Like I said, I've been in it for 3 decades now. It's changed my life, and it's been the honor of my life to help you guys make this transition from whatever you don't love doing now into your new journey. So wherever you are on that journey, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish you the world. I'll see you guys next week. Like that last video, I want to encourage you to check out the other content we have here on the channel. We have amazing content at every level, no matter where you are in your travel industry journey, from aspiring to new to growing. Even our travel agency owners, look for those playlists and you can find some amazing content that's really catered just to you. And by the way, if you haven't signed up for your Wanderlust Campus free account, make sure you do that too. And you know what? I'm going to pick some videos and put them for you right here. Check those out. I'll see you next time.